Hello and welcome to round two. I apologize if it's a little noisy. Dutch is kind of going nuts over there. Fat cat, relax. He's just kind of running around and jumping in boxes, which is what cats do. Meow. Yeah, you're a wonderful cat. Be quiet. Let's see if our opponent decides to show up. Alright, this is a pretty classic hand that I think we keep on the draw. We've got 2 into 3 into potential bomb. The Myers Malice looks a little awkward here, but I think you keep this on the draw. Like, sure, it's missing a color, etc., etc. But I mean, I'm me. I'm going to draw to the next land. There are more green sources in the deck than anything else. I used to laugh at blue-white, but it's actually a real deck these days. I'm glad, obviously, that we have these spiders in the deck. It's unlikely that we're going to bust out Nissa next turn. Yeah, I can't imagine many turns that involve anything other than spidering here, but we'll see. Alright, if they're playing a defensive deck, that's a deck that Nissa can really shine against. So I think I like Spider, and then we'll just plan to do Nissa shenanigans. Like, what does a Nissa minus do here? It loses to like an isolation zone. With him at 3 cards, there's an argument to just fire off a Myers Malice. Like, I get Nissa in plus and get a plant. And then he isolation zones this, hits Nissa, and we're pretty far behind. Like, she's not super strong against evasion. We don't need the red mana right now, so getting that's not a big deal. I kind of don't mind my creature trading. So if he attacks in and uses a trick, I'm fine with that. But I think this is where we just need to burn off this Myers Malice. Like, Witness the End is a good card, and I think one of the reasons that it's good is because you kind of have to cast it on turn 4. You can't sit around. So our opponent can keep whatever they think their best card is, not being aware that we've got a Baloth Null and a Nissa coming. But I want to give him a chance to deal with the spider before I give him a real strong reward for doing so. Like, he already wants to get rid of this spider. Yeah, like Expedition Raptor and land, I'm happy getting rid of those. So if his last card is Isolation Zone and he fires it off now, I mean, it kind of sucks. It's Hedron Archive. Okay. That may mean that what we were talking about before we just go for, because now I can Loam Larva and already have some good value. I again don't want to use the ability because he probably thought Harvester's away. Although I could use the ability and put like a forest on top, because we're happy to draw it for the null. And if he thought Harvester's a forest away, I don't care. Yeah, I think maybe we do that. And let's do put a forest on top. And then Nissa, and I think Nissa minus. Although if he does have the isolation zone we're worried about and we've pluster, I mean, I guess we get 2 plants out of it. That's not super exciting. But getting counters on these dudes, that is kind of exciting. Because pretty soon we can start attacking with that. Yeah, I'll just go here. Like, he may not have another colorless spell, and if he doesn't, that's fine. Alright. This lets us trade Nissa for his Thought Harvester. I guess I didn't really think about that, but if he's willing to throw it away, sure. Seems good. Why would I not just swing with the team? Can't think of a reason that I wouldn't. I'm going to play the Mindraker as the Null just gets better if we wait. And he clearly looks like he's going to have trouble with a bunch of 3/3s. Wavewing, sure. That's not really a problem. In that it's not going to kill us. We can't attack through it, though. Hissing Quagmire can. Again, there's some argument for just jam the team in there, let him make double blocks, but he's not at a low enough life total that really matters. Like, he just eats this, and then when we buy it back, it's not as good, so I think we'll just do a little bit of passing. Yeah, I may have underestimated his willingness to throw away a creature to get Nissa off the board. Alright, well, he is going whole hog on these flyers. I still think we don't run out the Baloth Null. Could activate this in attack. What does he do if I do that? And do I care? I kind of think I don't, and I don't really need the land. Look, we're a land away from the Invoker being able to do a thing. But I think he just takes 2. And if he doesn't, it's trading for either one of his flyers or 2 other creatures. I'm down with that. Like, he's got a bunch of 1-power dudes and some flyers. I think we're relatively happy making a trade like that. Yeah, that earlier play with Nissa, I think may have, in retrospect, been kind of stupid. Obviously, I don't play with Planeswalkers a lot since I only play limited. He's cashed in his 6-mana Divination. Oh, the Reflector Mage! That's what he's doing. Alright. Well, he's also taking some damage. I would like to save the Null until after the Spider has traded. I'm not sure that I can, though, in this board state. Like, at least we're getting some value. Because the Spider's never going to be able to trade with this otherwise. I can run it out next turn and hope something else dies, but I think we just need to get a thing in play. Like, at some point you just need the 4/5. Because taking 6 a turn will finish us up pretty quickly. Yeah, mistakes were made. Were lessons learned? I'll let you be the judge of that. How about, well, we're going to have both of these, so I can block a flyer, block one of those, take potentially, like, he's got to have a land too, but let's say he does. 5, 6, 7. So I'll end up having to chump that. I think I still have to attack with these two to have a hope of doing anything. Like, putting him at 8 is probably a decent start. Yeah, I think I did that wrong. I think I did that wrong. And a sweep away. Okay. Yeah, I definitely did some wrong things. Some incorrect decisions were made here. All right. So he's going to kill me with flyers and little ground things. Let's see if we can actually do something about this. We can certainly play a little bit more aggressively. We can take out things that don't trade with his idiots. It's like the lone larvas actually don't look good here other than that they fix our mana, which is something we want. But in and of themselves, they don't do much. I'm trying to give myself an excuse to bring in this Angel of Renewal. What if I did something like this? And then take out, put in the Unknown Shores. Maybe over that Vestige. And then maybe just got a swamp in here, or a plains in here for the wilds to hit. And maybe just cut that for one of the forests. Because it gives us a way to gain a bunch of life if he's gotten out ahead. And it also gives us a way to get some recursion value going. And something that can block an attack through his flyers. It doesn't stop a Wave Wing Elemental, to be fair. Well, I'm going on the play. The argument is on the play, I stick with my game plan. On the draw, perhaps we consider swapping game plans. So what's my game plan again? We didn't see all of the reasons I want to bring in a Voracious Null. He likely still has them, but I think I'm actually going to go with the original game plan upon further review. We have yet to draw these Oblivion Strikes, and like they get the job done. That's what we needed. We've already got 3 anti-flyer cards in here. We can beat this. We're just going to go on the play with a strong draw. This is not a strong draw, but it has all of our colors of mana, and we can interact with his board, so we'll keep it. We obviously need lands or low drops. But, I mean, we have lands or low drops in the deck. I put them in there to draw them. Alright, we're going to calm down a lot. Still kind of embarrassed about that Nissa play, but it's what happened. I don't have a better play than Myers Malicing my opponent, which is kind of not what I want to do. But I think it's exactly what I'm going to do. Then we're just going to play a bunch of Cinder Hellions. Alright, we killed a Wave Wing Elemental, sort of. Well, I'm going to save that for after the Oblivion Strike, but I think step number 1 is to bring the Hellions. Alright, so if I can play a 3-drop, I can also Boulder Salvo, but my 3-drop would probably be the Oblivion Strike. So I think I may just swing here, play another one. Or I could just Oblivion Strike this now and pass. Like, it is currently what's killing me. But I think I like just playing the other... Yeah. I think I like playing the other Hellion. Although Raker into Boulder Salvo does do a lot for this board state. Yeah, and I may as well just save it. Like, having him discard a card when he's already mana screwed isn't doing a whole lot for me. So let's just play the Raker. Boulder Salvo that guy. Have all the stuff on the board that we need. Leaves us 2 great follow-up plays and our opponent semi-mana screwed. And if they resolve something big, we'll just kill it. I mean, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Alright, so if I pump this, I have 6 on the butt, which he is not anywhere near doing. I only deal 4. 5, so I can take out these 2. Seems good. Take them hellion beats. Alright, opponent has had enough. Well, that feels better. We got a free win. I mean, I didn't do anything to earn it other than deploy threats as quickly as possible. It hurt to give up a little value, but... Alright, now we're going on the draw, and this is where we may need to change our game plan a little bit. Because I think our opponent's got some good stuff going on. And I don't love the Lone Larvas in this matchup. Like, I want them in a matchup where a 1-3 is going to be relevant. And it's just not. Nissa's vulnerable. The Catacomb Sister is not particularly good. The Nettledrun's not particularly good. Dutch, could you make out with that box a little quieter, please? I mean, with the opponent having bounce spells as well, I feel like I need to cheat and do something like taking out the Lone Larva is just worse on the mana. But we don't have a solid way of getting through those 1-3s that our opponent has. And because he's attacking with flyers, his 1-3s are way better than ours. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take out a Lone Larva. I'm going to add a Plains for a Forest. And I'm going to add an Unknown Shores for the Crumbling Vestige. And this may look a little crazy, but we're going on the draw and I want to have access to a big flyer. Even if it's a big flyer that can't deal with his Wave Wing, that's what the Oblivion Strikes are for. This is to block all of the others and give us a finisher that he can't interact with very well. Which I think that this does. Makes our mana a little worse, but we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green sources. We're fine. We're fine. It's not too greedy. And he's really going to town on that box. This is not fantastic. Dutch, buddy, chillax. Our opponent's on the play, and we're keeping a hand that we can't play anything until turn 4. And even when we do, it's a Hill Giant. I don't think I can keep that. This I can probably keep. It's got a bunch of tap lands, but it's got one of the more powerful cards in our deck. And good mana, so we can at least play what we draw. And there's a turn 2 play. I'll take it. What do you think, Dutch? Probably still play the Slaughter Drone out next turn, as it can attack through most of his stuff. I think I'm comfortable with that. No, not green. Silly Travis. Do you want to block? Because I'll block you. I mean, the other option is hold it back. Because we're not casting anything this turn. We're just deploying tap land. So do I want to trade 2 for 3? I guess I want my opponent to attack me for 3 rather than spend the mana on something. But I don't really have a solid way of dealing with that next turn anyway. Yeah, I'm still going to do it though. I don't think they want to spend their next turn doing nothing but attacking for 3. If they've got a good 3-drop, then this is obviously bad, but I think they've got a good 3-drop. No, okay. Good, then we just got in free damage. And do I have a play that's better than the spider? I don't think so. Which I think means we just get the wilds down, get a plains, and move along with our life. He can get in for 3 here, but again, probably just play something. The Raptor. Alright. Oblivion Strike is now officially good. Well, I did say it was officially good. So what are our options here? I like taking him off the blue. I like Oblivion Strike followed up with the thing. The challenge is I can already trade with that with this. Like that solves that problem. This is holding that back. If we're actually playing a control game, I probably need to take out the Thought Harvester. Although it's really tempting to take our opponent off of lands. I don't think that's in the world we live in. I think we're playing a control game, and a 3/5 flyer is worth killing. We are a little worried about the landfall flyer. So I could again do something like Nissa and minus, but I think I just need to take out this Thought Harvester. The fact that it lets me get Mindbreaker value next turn is cool, but I mean the 3/4, the 3/3 doesn't do a whole lot here. Neither does anything really until we deal with that Wall of Resurgence, but okay. I see what you did there. Our opponent is trading cards for Lava Axes, which is interesting. I mean, I think we just play a Hellion then, if that's the game you want to play. You're going to bounce my stuff. You can bounce my stuff. All right, another Raptor. I see what you did there. So I can trade this Raptor for that one, or I can untap and try to do the Nissa minus. And if I draw a land, that gets even better. I think I take this first hit. Yeah, I think we have to go for the Nissa minus here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is the way to do it. Because now I can just eat those. Again, he can still throw away a flyer at it, but it leaves us with a board state that's just better than his. Until the Wavewing Elemental comes down, which is what he's playing here. But we can draw our other Striky McStrikerson. Or he could have a Royal Spout. Wow. Okay. We're just going to die to flyers, aren't we? I don't like just dying to flyers, but I got a Planeswalker in Limited. I'm supposed to auto-win. Don't you understand how this works? Blue-white skies. Still a thing. Note, Angel of Renewal looking pretty good here if we draw it. Reflector Mage. Expedition Raptor number 500. Okay. Yeah, I think the only thing that actually beats what he's doing is like super aggro. We're obviously going to trade all the things because it's better than dying. It does make our Angel of Renewal a little worse, but we're basically stone dead without it. Well, Salvo starts to do a thing. We can make him discard his card, salvo the last one, and then draw another bird. So, hashtag not dead. Was your last card a good one? It was. Okay, I'll take it. If we can recover from here, I am amazing. But we need like an Oblivion Strike or a Spider. We've got one of each left in the deck. Because a 0/6 ain't gonna do it. Loam Larva, unfortunately, ain't gonna do it either. Which is why I cut one of them. Is like in this state, they're just miserable draws. I think I did everything I could in this game. In the first game, not so much. I could have traded with one of those Raptors earlier with the Spider, which might have left me at a slightly higher life total. But it's just not doing much here because we are stone cold dead to an Expedition Raptor. Yeah, this is unfortunate because we're just done. Continuing the round 2 losses in recorded videos. Salvo was such a good draw. Ugh. I guess I get to keep a Nissa. Alright, the only option for us winning is passing and hoping he doesn't attack for some reason, but he's gonna. Like I said, I think blue-white is still a deck. I drafted one on stream that was pretty darn good. Go! Alright, and I need to know what was coming. What was coming? What was coming? Baloth Pup. Yeah, the Angels and Spiders were in there, but we did not draw them fast enough. A Plummet would have been good against this deck, too. Well, I appreciate you guys watching. One of these days, we will get you a Finals appearance and Finals wins. It just won't be this one. Actually, I 3-0'd that Sealed I did a couple weeks back, so not too bad. Thank you for tuning in and watching us here on SeemsGoodMagic.com. If you have enjoyed what you've seen, don't forget to come and check out the stream. It's twitch.tv/Simulin, where I am streaming Magic 4 or 5 days a week. So I'll look for you there, and I'll see you here next week. Have a good one, my friends.